I'll have our hyperlocal 7-day forecast back in just a couple of minutes.
In 12 on Health, she isn't a nurse, but she played one on TV. Now this former actress and model from Greenwich is opening up about her painful recovery from traumatic brain injury. Sara Herbert-Galloway is supporting new state and federal legislation to increase funding for this often fatal type of head injury. News 12 Connecticut's Frank Recchia sat down with her today and has a story you'll see only on 12. Frank.
Christy, she had a long career as an actress, but Herbert-Galloway is now in the spotlight for a role she played offstage.
It was the most frightening experience of my life.
For model and actress Sara Herbert-Galloway, it was a tragic twist of fate.
I was bleeding heavily.
She was walking down the street in New York City when she tripped and fell on a police barricade authorities say had been mislaid.
I felt myself flying up in the air, and I landed on a metal grating on the sidewalk.
The woman who for years had played a nurse on shows like All My Children and Ryan's Hope.
It was so frightening to see people that I knew and not know who they were.
Was suddenly in a real-life medical drama.
I was afraid I wouldn't get better.
She was the victim of traumatic brain injury, or TBI, a swelling of the brain that causes loss of coordination and temporary amnesia.
There were times when I would get in the car to do an errand or something and not remember where I was going.
Before the accident, she would spend hours a day on the Stairmaster, but recovering from TBI proved to be her steepest climb yet.
I didn't tell everyone, but I used a prayer hotline.
She may have temporarily stepped out of the spotlight, but Herbert-Galloway is working hard to keep the issue of TBI front and center, supporting new legislation that would increase funding for research and education.
You seem to develop more of a love and appreciation for life after going through something like that.
Herbert-Galloway is working very closely with the Bob Woodruff Foundation to increase awareness about TBI. For more, go to news12.com. In the newsroom, Frank Recchia, News 12 Connecticut.
Thank you, Frank. A Fairfield church today.